Hey, this is Brad Fosh, founder of patentfile.org. About 15 years ago, we launched our free patent template. That was a Microsoft Word version that you could download and use to build a provisional patent application. Today, I'm super excited to announce we have launched a free plugin for ChatGPT that essentially acts like a patent template. It will help you build your provisional patent application in the same way that we did with the Word version, but with AI assistance. So there's two ways you can access our ChatGPT AI plugin. You can go to our website, patentfile.org, and we've got a link to it on the homepage, along with a guide on how to use it. Or you can just go right to ChatGPT. You do need a paid plan, I believe, to access these sort of GBTs. And you would just search for it by typing patentfile.org, and our Patent Creator Pro GBT should pull up. This is what it looks like right here. Your data stays yours. We don't actually see any data. This is all run on OpenAI or ChatGPT system. I should also point out that you always want to go in and make sure that you update your settings. So I'm going to click on my name in the bottom left corner. I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to click on data controls. And I want to make sure that model training is turned off. That'll ensure that your data stays yours and it's not going to be spread outside of your environment or used to train any models. So that's really, really important when we're dealing with patent type data. So I'm going to go back to my GBT here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a document that we received. This was a paper or a manuscript. So I'm just going to drag that in to my GBT. I'll pull it up just so you can see what it looks like. We get a lot of these from university inventors. So this is a manuscript. This is a way of treating cancer using this new type of fiber membrane. And as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of figures in it. These sort of figures all need to be pulled out and moved to a special page called the drawings page. And so one of the things this tool will do is it'll go and actually extract all of those for you, which is nice. That saves me a lot of time. And it will basically take this data and build it into the proper patent format. Now, notice I'm not saying draft it, because to really draft a proper patent application, you do need to know what you're doing. So you should be a registered patent attorney, a patent agent, or someone who's written and filed a lot of patent applications, particularly in this subject matter area, because it's really easy to just copy and paste words in. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to properly enable the invention, then the value of the patent application that you're filing is probably pretty low. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've uploaded that draft material. Instead of uploading a paper, you could just drag in your files. You could actually type in what your invention is. The model's going to go in and do a couple things. It's going to first ask me who the inventors are. Sometimes it can find it directly in the paper. If not, it'll ask me. And it'll ask if there's any federal funding, because if you invented anything that came from a grant funding, then you need to report that to the government, and you need to include that in the first page of your patent application. It takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to actually go through and run this process properly. Oh, one more thing. Make sure you've got the highest model that you pay for turned on. Right now, when I'm recording this, it's GPT 5.5. And so I've got that running. That seems to work the best, and I think it's only going to get better and better. So I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to come back once it's done. Okay, we're back. So it took about 7 minutes for it to run through the process. It did get stalled a little bit. I think it was waiting for me to prompt it. I just wrote proceed and it went through and did everything after I wrote that. It took 7 minutes and 12 seconds. It created the two primary files that we need for our provisional patent application, one being the specification document, one being the figures or drawings document. It converts them into .docx format, which is essentially what you can use in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. If you're filing a full non-provisional or full utility patent application, you actually have to upload this docx formatted file. So it's nice that it does that for you automatically. So I'm going to go and I'm actually going to pull up the drawings file first and see what it did. So it looks like it did actually go in and extract all of those different figures. I would certainly want to double check that against the source material. But it just off the bat, I can tell it did a pretty good job of going in and extracting out and pulling those figures. So that was good. That saves me some time. The next thing it did was it drafted our specification file. This is proper USPTO format for the specification. It's got the section headings. It's got the proper paragraph numbering. If you need to add a new paragraph, you can just hit the enter key and it will go ahead and automatically number them, which is nice. Sometimes in the older versions, the numbering would get messed up. It actually goes in and drafts claims. Now, AI is not quite there yet for claim drafting, but at least it kind of gives you a starting point to see what claims should look like. Maybe it gives you some ideas on different aspects or things that you can claim, which I find helpful. And then lastly, the abstract should always be on the last page. So that's the easy part. AI is really good at going in and saving a lot of time, saves me a lot of time from copying and pasting and grabbing those figures. But this is really where the human needs to take over and try and figure out, okay, what is the most important parts of this invention that we need to protect? What's our competition going to try and do? How do we block them? What should our claims look like to make sure that we're properly covering our invention and any kind of obvious tweak of that? Once those claims are written, let's make sure that that's properly described in the text. So this is kind of where the human needs to take over. I have to give my standard disclaimer here. That is that this is just an AI tool. AI can and do make mistakes. I see it all the time. AI patent drafting is not a substitute for a registered patent attorney or patent agent. So please use this with caution and at your own risk. And think of it as just a good starting point for building your patent application, not the end complete version. Thank you very much.